Hi guys, good evening. This is Life Issue and this is Blessing. Thank you so much for joining me today for another interesting conversation on our live show. Okay, so today I want to talk about a very, what will I call it now? Dicey and interesting topic. And let me talk about the reason why I'm talking about this. Okay, in our society, especially as Nigerians, yeah, there's so many people out there who really wants to get married, okay? But because of the fact that they are waiting for that money, that money that they will use to, you know, do a very lavishing white wedding, or even a court wedding, or even a traditional marriage, they don't, get married. And this has made a lot of people who are ready to get married, who really want to get married, not married because of the fact that in their mind, white wedding, wearing the white, going to the church is the most important thing, or a court wedding that is so lavishing is the most important thing, and that is what marriage is all about. So I was speaking to a guy last week and we're talking about getting married. And I was like, you should get married now because in this part of the world, when you get married when you are young, well, some of us were not lucky. We're not that lucky. We didn't get married when we were young. We got like, a little bit more like maybe 30s before we got married. But getting married when you are young is fun because you watch your children grow and kind of like you and your children will be young. So I was asking this person, why are you not married? What is keeping you? And he was like, oh, I don't have money for my white wedding. I'm waiting for when I'll make money. And that got me thinking, white wedding. Is white wedding actually the marriage? Is traditional wedding actually the marriage? Is court wedding actually the marriage? When is it that you can tell yourself, I am married, I am legally married? What is marriage? When did white wedding start? When did the court wedding start? Was it what was ordained by God? Which one did even God, ask us to do in the first place? So I'm going to, first of all, before I even allow any of my guests to come in, I'm going to go through my research so that you can understand what I found out and why I think everybody needs to know this, because there are a lot of people who are actually living in bondage. Like, they have not been able to understand the fact that marriage is not about taking your people and your friends to a particular hall and cooking rice and cooking beans and then having a pastor bless you. Is that really when marriage starts? Is the flamboyant, lavishing day what marriage is? So I did a lot of research. So this broadcast is going to be based on a lot of research, and I want you to follow me. Now, remember, this video is not to say white wedding is not important or is not good. It's for us to actually ask ourselves a question: why will anybody not get married because they are waiting for them to make so much money and be able to throw a lavishing white wedding? All right, so let's talk about what is white wedding, or which one did we actually, which one, when did it start? Okay, I had this research here. So marriage in the West, were originally contract between the family of two partners. Now, with the Catholic and the state staying out of it. So when marriage started, I mean, if you're a Christian, you can actually bear witness to that in the Bible, when Jacob wanted to marry, it was strictly a contract between the families. There was no rabbi, there was no church involved. It was just a man wanting to marry a woman. He pays a dowry and he works for the hand of the woman. And that was what marriage was all about. And really, that was how it started. It started like that. It has been like that even when Jesus Christ was on earth. That was what marriage was. It was strictly a contract between families of two partners. The church came into this. I will explain to you about the church, how it all happened, okay? And how it became. But we need, is a really interesting story, okay? It's really a very, very interesting story. All right, so let's go to how did this, how did it become official? All these marriage and tradition and everything. Okay, so around 5 AD, great Christian theologians, as this is I'm not going to even start reading their names, but from what we can get from this particular research that I did, the Christian church started taking interest in the ceremony of marriage because of conducting the gathering, the money. They were seeing people gathering, lavishing, party going on, and they wanted a way to, have control of their congregation. They wanted a way to, get hold or have interest in the ceremony. So it was actually in the 12th century that the Roman Catholic Church formally defined marriage as a sacrament. Before, marriage was just an agreement between a family, two family. So what we call traditional marriage in Africa? That was what marriage was. Even when Jesus was here on earth, that was what marriage was. It was not about the church. It was not about any white wedding. There was nothing like white wedding. Just a man see a woman. There was not even anything like I love or I don't love. All these things. I wish you guys. My research was so deep, and I was like, oh my God. So all these things that we talk about, when when you see somebody that you want to marry in our day now, yeah, it becomes a marriage when you do the traditional rites. That is marriage. Every other thing that we do you understand, in the sight of God, when you have paid your bride price, it calls taking the vow in the presence of the family, your family, their family. You guys agree to marry. That is what marriage is all about. The church became interested in the ceremony in the 12th century, and it was the Roman Catholic Church. It was the Roman Catholic Church that called it a sacrament. Funny enough, yeah, it was them that started talking about it being sanctioned of God. That it has to be a sacrament. It's when you come to the church to marry. That's when God. It was not. It's not. There's no way in the scripture or before that time it was like that. The Roman Catholic Church actually, started this, and I was like, oh my God. Let me go through the timeline, because you really need to understand the timeline. Okay, so initially there was nothing like people going to church to marry. Initially, it was not like that. Do you understand? Actually, the church during the 13th and it was the 12th and 13th century that the church came in, that the church became involved in the performing ceremony and dictating who could get married. So what it means is that all those while before the 12th and 13th century, the church was not involved. It was just a family, two families agreeing to marry, and your children marry, and that is it. That is marriage. So if our people know, if boys or people in Nigeria or young people understand the fact that white wedding that you guys are waiting for you to get money, get a lot of money to do white wedding. If you understand that that is not really where the marriage starts. The marriage starts when you pay the bride price. Will it change your mind? Will it make you want to marry? Let me talk to Victor. Victor just came up. Okay. Hi, Victor. Hi, Cleopatra. Hello. Hi.
Hi, Live Issues. Thanks for having me.
Hi. Cleopatra just went off. I was going to get her in. Okay. Hi. Okay. So I had to talk about this particular topic because I've noticed that when I talk to young, boys and girls nowadays, they keep talking about they are saving for their marriage, they are saving for their wedding. Do you understand? But really,
yeah.
white wedding, from my research, is not when marriage starts. It starts from the traditional. In sight of God, yeah, you are married when you do a traditional wedding. Now, this revolution, how does it make you feel? What do you want to say about this?
I don't have much to say though. All I have to say is, we should have it at the back of our mind that marriage is not wedding. There is a saying marriage is not wedding. I mean, um, wedding, to me, is the one that is being done in the church. And to me, I would say it's more of a borrowed tradition. Just like we have our traditional marriage here, and this wedding we're talking about is another country's traditional marriage. That is how they do their own traditional marriage in the church. So to me,
All right.
wedding,
Sorry, can I say something? Can I say something? Before the 12th and 13th century, there was nothing like church marriage. There was nothing like
okay,
priests don't go to, there was nothing like taking anybody to church to wait.
okay,
This thing started in the 12th and 13th century when the Roman Catholic Church saw the ceremony that people were doing, and they decided to be involved because of the money that was being lavished, the ceremony. Do you understand? So before
yeah,
white wedding, before people come to church, there was nothing like that. Do you understand? So it is,
yeah,
when I got that in my research, I kind of like wonder, most of the things that is happening in our life, the church actually changed the principle of the way things were before. Do you understand? They
exactly.
just came up and they
Yeah.
changed the way things were. And they're now making us feel as if you don't go to the church, you are doing something so bad. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, for you, I'm Cleopatra. Hello? Hello, Cleopatra.
Yeah, I'm here.
You're just listening. I mean, what do you think? I mean, what do you think about white wedding? And for you, which one is more important? White wedding and traditional wedding? Which one is very important?
Well, that's for me. For me, I would say I'm, I think I'm trying to know, like, I don't know. I really,
Your line is really breaking. Your line is breaking again. Hello, your line is breaking. We can't hear you. Yeah, we can't hear you. Victor, I know I can hear you. Victor, can you tell
Okay,
me,
yeah.
yeah? Let me ask you a question before you got this revelation from me based on my research. If somebody tell you that you should not do white wedding, that is not really important, that once you've done traditional wedding, you are okay, you are fine in the sight of God, will you believe it?
Yes, yes,
Okay, so
yes, yes.
that in the sight of God, um, oh, somebody said, I like before, white is tradition, so it's our normal wedding. Like I said before, white is a tradition, so it's our normal wedding. The Roman Catholic have done more harm than good. I mean, to be frank with you, yeah, um, people are made to feel as if they are the worst sinner, the worst, the dumbest person on earth if they are not blessed by the church. And it baffles me that really this thing started only from the 12th. I'm looking at the timeline. Let me show you the timeline. Yeah. If you can't read the timeline, it's annoying that before this thing happened, do you understand? Before the 12th and 13th century, and this is a CNN report, okay, that churches became involved in the performing ceremony and dictating who will get married. Before this time, yeah, it was not like that. It wasn't like that. So churches started taking interest. Do you know that before it was kind of like uh, priests don't even marry people. Priests don't even take part in the tradition. There was no, you just, what the church wants you to do was just to announce that you are getting married. You are fine. Do you
Yes.
understand?
Yes.
But it was
Yes.
during the Protestant Reformation, yeah, that,
Yes.
all these things started happening, whereby they now insist that, because that was, I don't know if if you know history, there was a time when the church had a hold on politics, on people, on everything, on the government. And that was when they started, insisting that white wedding should be mandatory. But when Jesus Christ, it makes me, wonder, when Jesus was on this earth, there was nothing like white wedding.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Did you know this? Did you know this before?
Yes, 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 yes. I have been going through the Bible, and I've never seen anywhere that it's mentioned that there is anything about white wedding in the Bible when Jesus was here on earth. And though there was a place the Bible made mention of a marriage, not wedding, marriage in Cana. Yeah, so it's more about tradition, and it's not something the church controls. So marriage is something that have been that is traditional marriage. It's something that have been existing for a very very long time. But this church wedding, just like you have said, is something that just came in. So white wedding to me, I would say it that is, I don't pick interest. Like, sorry for deviating. I was like speaking to somebody, and the person was like talking to me about wedding stuff. So I was like, left for me, if I want to marry, I would just go to my place and just pay the dowry, because the dowry is the most important part of marriage. Yeah, have a few people that is witness, that is people who will stand as witness around, and then pay the dowry. That is it. There is nothing much.
Wow.
So many people are like killing themselves these days in the name of wedding. And this wedding of a stuff is something that I will say it's more about extravagant spend. Yeah, I'm not saying you cannot wed in the church. Yes, you can wed. You can marry in the church if you wish, if you have the money. But it's not really about the money. The most important part of marriage is the dowry. Yes, you pay the dowry. The family, that is the both families familiarize with each other. You know yourselves, and that is it. So
Let me
there
bring
is
in
not much
Peter.
deal.
Hi, Peter. How are you?
I'm fine. Good evening.
Okay, you're a very young guy, yeah, and I know that maybe in the next 4 years, 5 years, you want to get married, yeah.
Yes, yes.
How does it feel? I think you're a Muslim, or are you a Christian? You're a Christian.
Yes,
Peter is a Christian
yes.
name. How does it feel for you to know that this white wedding that we kill ourselves, we go and borrow money, we go and hire hall, we go and cook food, that really it only started in the 13th, 14th century, that when Jesus was on this earth, there was nothing like white wedding. Even the church did not want to be involved in anything called wedding. They started being involved because they wanted to control people. And this is what is happening even as at now. In some churches, they will tell you before you marry, you must bring your husband to them. They must sanction you. Can you imagine? Is that not control of human being by churches? So how do you feel knowing that in the sight of God, really, the main thing for you to do is to pay your dowry and you are married? How do you feel knowing this?
The thing is, right from time, I believe the dowry is the most important thing in marriage. So once you've paid the dowry, you're free to go with your wife. But the society now that we are, due to pressure from different angles, we believe that the white wedding is part of it. Whether or not we like it, the white wedding, as an African, the white wedding, I believe, is a borrowed tradition of the whites, something we borrowed from the white, and it's not really part of our own tradition or our culture. But the
Mm.
paying of dowry is the main thing there. That one is compulsory. I've seen couples that they've met probably in the barracks. They met in the barracks. They started staying together. They've given birth to one, two, three, up to three children. But later, maybe after some years, they will see that the wife the will insist that the husband go back to her family or her village and pay the dowry, because she's only recognized as his wife after he has paid the dowry. She's not
Thank
recognized
you.
without the dowry. So she only becomes his wife after he has paid the dowry, no matter how small it is. But if the dowry is not paid, she's still like his fiancée because she's not recognized. Even in churches, they will tell you that if anything should happen to this man, there's no way you'll be recognized. His people will not recognize you as his wife because he has not paid anything on your head. And you even staying with him, even though you have children with him, they will accept the children because yes, okay, it's their brother's children. But the wife, they will assume she's someone he met probably in the barracks or where they're staying anywhere. And the first thing they'll ask her is, okay, has he paid anything on your head? If
Okay,
she
wait, wait,
says
wait, wait,
no,
wait, 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 wait. You, as young as you are, you know that dowry is the most important thing,
yeah,
not church wedding. Yeah?
yes.
I can see somebody else. Ahuba. Hello, Abuba. Hello. I want to give you guys another shock because I did a lot of research. Do you know that? Yeah. Let me read this thing for you. Do you know that, when you hear about the wedding gown, they say that I want to wear a wedding gown, and they will tell you how much the wedding gown costs. Yeah?
Yes, yes, yes.
You guys know that that wedding gown actually was because of a queen. A queen wanted to wear, let me get the story. I'm going to get the story. Okay, yeah. Well, because I did do it. Let me get the story. Oh my God, I hope I had the story. I put it, became official, mind blowing. Wait. Yes, I have it. Do you know that before the wedding gown started, women used to wear their best dress? When you talk about church dress or Christmas dress, that was what they were wearing for their wedding. Do you know who started this white dress or this white wedding dress? It was Queen Victoria. When she married Prince Albert on the 10th of February 1840, that was when this white dress started. Because she wore a white court dress to the courts, all this madness of I want to buy a 150,000 naira white dress started. Do you know that it has got nothing to do with virginity or that you're a virgin? Actually, the color for virginity is blue, not white. Do you guys know that? The Virgin
I'm
Mary
just hearing
color,
it for the first time.
I did my
I'm also
research.
hearing it the first time.
I told you guys, I have something to tell you guys. The Virgin Mary color is blue, not white. So the person that started this, okay, let me tell you. Okay, I have another thing, yeah. Do you know what you call wedding cake? Yeah. Do you know how wedding cake started?
No.
Now, in the 18th century, they used to do after wedding, they would break biscuits on top of a lady or bread. Do you understand? So when she come out of the church, they will break biscuits or cake on the bread on the head. There was nothing like wedding cake or anything. But the guests will now scramble for a piece of that cake or biscuits. Do you understand? So from there, we now said, okay, let's just start baking something and giving the guests. That was how the wedding cake that you guys pay 500,000 naira for started. So let me ask a question. All of these things, does it have anything to do? You go and waste money, you go and borrow money, you go and take loan from the bank. You want to do wedding. Do you understand? Does any of these things have anything to do with wedding? Why not just go and pay your dowry? Yeah, pay the bride price and just go home with your wife. Who wants to talk? Best. Uncle Best, we're coming. Pastor Best, talk. Best. Hello? Hello, Best. Hello, Best.
Yes, yes.
Okay, we want you to come in. So, I'm doing a research and I'm giving you
I can hear
guys
you. I can
facts.
hear you.
Yeah, so I'm doing a research and I'm giving you facts. All these things I have said and I have reviewed. I want you to say something about it.
Victor, good evening.
Evening, best.
Yes, yeah, good evening. Yeah, I want to lend my voice to the discussion at hand. Which is the basics, is the main marriage. Uh, all these facts you are telling us, you are giving us, wedding, after marriage, this one is wedding. These ones are wedding. In this part of the world, we say marriage. So this one you are telling us is just is just to open our eyes. So open our eyes to know what we don't know. But traditional court white wedding, the basic in every of these things is the traditional. Even the Bible supports it. So once you are done with the traditional rites, you've settled the family and the villagers, you are now a married man. So all these court wedding, white wedding, blah 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 blah. For me, they are good, though, but I will do. But once I'm done with my traditional marriage, I know I'm a married man. So that is just for me.
Wow. Pastor. Pastor Best, I didn't know you're going to say that. Do you know why I said this? So many people are being deceived. We need to say the truth. Why we have this group, why we have that issue, is to tell the people the truth. Do you understand? We need to tell the people the truth. The truth is, many people are not married because they are looking for money for white wedding. Yes?
Yes.
Many people are not married, or some are married and they are in trouble because they have borrowed and borrowed and borrowed for white wedding. Now, they cannot pay back and they are having issue. Do you understand? Okay, what Lisa says, traditional marriage remains the only real marriage. Do you understand? So we all agree that if you're any young guy out there, if you want to marry, just go and get yourself married. Tell your wife, go inside house. Forget what pastors are telling you. If you have the money, go and do it. That they are saying that you're not married, it doesn't stop you. You are married. Do we all agree to that?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to advise you guys, well, both boys and girls, that in the world that we live in, yeah, though we have traditional marriage, though we have white wedding, the most important wedding is the court wedding. Let me tell you, yeah, if you're a young girl out there, if they don't traditional wedding, thank God you are married. But that man can treat you in the traditional way by sending you packing and carry your thing and just send back to your family house. There is nothing you can do about it. He will not even give you anything. You will not get anything out of it. Do you understand? Because it is traditional marriage. The only marriage right that gives you a little bit of security is the court wedding. Peter, do you know why? Do you know why the court wedding is the best one? Even if
No,
it's
no,
traditional marriage or white wedding, you must do your court wedding. Do you know why?
no.
You don't know. All right, let's ask Victor.
Yeah,
Victor,
yeah,
I said,
yes,
yeah,
I'm with you.
court wedding is the most important wedding.
Yes,
Traditional, the
yes,
traditional marriage, yeah, you can do it. If anything happens to you, they will go and do tradition. And in Nigerian tradition or African tradition, the woman does not have a say. She cannot take a pin. Do you understand? They will just
yes,
bundle. They will bundle her. Go and pay back. They can return back that 1,000 naira they paid. Are you guys
yes,
aware?
yes,
But
yes,
the government, if you have done your court wedding, a man cannot just
yes,
set out like that.
yes,
Everything,
yes,
once you have married that man, once you are married and you are living with that man, anything that man earns or makes from the day that you have married that man, you guys are entitled to it equal.
yes, exactly.
So most Nigerians or most young people don't know that. They will do, I want to marry, I want to marry. They go and do traditional marriage and white wedding. But the most important wedding, which is the court,
It's court wedding.
court marriage,
Yes,
yeah, they will not do
yes,
it. Then the
yes,
man will now come and send you out of the house with a child. And you cannot do anything because you don't have a court wedding. The man has married you in the traditional way. In the traditional way, he can marry 20 wives, he can marry 30 wives. Let me bring in Ahuba. Hello, Ahuba. Hello. Hello. Hi, Ahuba. He's like he's in a nightclub. Ahuba, where are you? Are you in church or you are in a nightclub? All right, he keeps coming and he keeps going. I mean, why we do this video is to educate people, and I'm going to say this based on what I did, what I got to know from my research, everything I did this week. The most important wedding, the wedding that nobody, whether you're a man or a woman, because you know what happens, Nigerian men, you guys keep thinking that is only the woman that can the woman can benefit. You can marry and your wife might be richer than you. She might get more money than you. If you have a court wedding and there is a divorce, like what is happening in Africa now, you can take the woman to court and she will share her property.
yes, yes.
Do you understand? Victor, it seems to know much about this. Can you talk more about it?
Yes, I remembered I was once talking about court wedding to a friend of mine who is a lawyer. So he now referred me to the Nigerian Constitution Marriage Act. That is section 218 slash section 219. So I was like going through it, and I learned a lot. And I would say that just like I said earlier on that the white wedding, the church wedding is like overrated, and but these days court wedding
You
is
say?
becoming pronounced in Nigeria. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, these days court wedding is becoming more pronounced in Nigeria, and
Yes,
because
sweet.
that is, it is embraced by almost every intending couple. That is those who hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, it's now being embraced by most couples now, like those who knows the advantage, like they knows that with court wedding there is nothing extravagant like in marriage. Like we were like talking about traditional white and court. To me, among these three, that is the two most important is the traditional and the court wedding, because in a court wedding you are legally how am I going to put it? You're like
Bounded. You are
legally
legally bounded.
recognized by
Yeah.
the constitution. Yes. So and it's not extravagant, you know. There is a this rising expectation and high pitch fever that always trace the announcement of wedding, and put in pressures on some couples to live up to that particular expectations, which means in a wedding, if you don't have a particular amount of money, you cannot wed. And the wide exposure and all this economic reality and whatever creates things that will kind of create a setback to the couples after the wedding. Why I'm saying this is because apart from traditional wedding, so many people like underrate the court wedding, and
All right.
I want
Can I
to.
ask somebody, Victor, hold on. Um, um, Best. Hello, Best.
Okay. Sorry,
Hello.
Yeah.
I want to come in here.
Oh, sorry. Peter wants to say something. Peter, what do you want to say?
I have a friend here that has a different opinion, who thinks the church wedding is important. So I want to bring him, let him contribute his own quota to it.
Okay, yeah, can he come in? Has he been listening
Okay.
to us?
Yes, I briefed him already.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. We're not saying before he says something, we are not saying that the court wedding is not important. It's not what we're saying. What we're saying is which one is the most important. Hello?
Yeah, hello, I'm with you.
Yeah. We're not saying that the church wedding is not important. Of course, church blessing is good, it's okay. But you know how pastors make you feel that, hey, if you don't do the court wedding, God hates you so much. You are going to hellfire. You are doing something so bad. It is not scriptural. It's not in the Bible. And what we're saying is this church wedding only started 12th century ago. Do you understand?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. So we're not in any way saying don't do your white wedding. We're not saying don't go to do your church blessing. All we're saying is don't feel guilty. If you don't have the money yet, do it. It doesn't stop you from getting married, because the most important thing is your traditional wedding. You are fully married in the sight of God and men. So now say what you want to say.
Please,
Though on my
please,
opinion,
Peter.
I'm saying church wedding. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear
Um,
you.
okay, I am church wedding. I think is more important than that of a court wedding. It's not all about you getting married anyway. It's all about the blessing in the marriage. We know all weddings are okay actually, But church wedding I think is the best, because you getting married in the church. Let's see, the pastor that is joining you there is also joining you with God.
Mm-mm.
But let's say in the court, definitely we know in the court you can get wed in the court as well. But
Mm.
I think church wedding is the best,
Okay.
because
Can I answer? You said
sometimes,
something about blessing.
yeah,
Whose
yeah, yeah, yeah,
blessing is more important in the Bible? Is it not the parents' blessing? In your
Yes,
traditional
please.
wedding, your family, your dad, and your mom transfers a blessing onto
I
you.
give up for you.
You understand?
yeah,
Is the only blessing the word of God actually recognizes. Do you get it? So,
yeah,
traditional wedding, you kneel down, your family, your mom and your dad, and your village people will bless you. It's called a generational blessing. It
mhm,
practices the court and the any curses and everything. Let me ask you, the pastor that is wedding you, most times do they know you? In a big
yeah,
do they know you?
no,
Good. So you bring a seed offering, you bring a special seed and an envelope. Do you understand? They
yeah,
will they will wed you. Most of the pastors that have wedded you, some of them are not married now, are they?
no,
Good. At the end of the day, I'm not saying that church blessing is not good. What we are saying is the blessing from your family, from your kindred, from your home, from your village, from your mom and dad, is the one that God talks about in the Bible. Abraham blessed his own child. Jacob blessed his child. Do you understand? That is the blessing that God talks about. Let's if when I was doing my research, yeah, the church was part of the wedding. Church did not want to be involved in the wedding in anything called marriage before. They
yeah,
only got interested because of the ceremony and the fact that people were lavishing and spending money. So at the end of the day, it's about economy and control. And when they joined it, they wanted to control their member. Go and do the research. It's on Google. CNN has carried the news. It's there. Let's educate ourselves. If anything happens to you in your home, will your pastor come and help?
no.
Good. Is it not your mom and your dad that you go to?
In your marriage,
Now I'm just asking, if anything happen, yeah, at the end of the day, who will come and solve problem? It's not your mom and your dad.
sorry, I don't get the question. Is it when you are
I'm
married
saying,
or?
in your marriage now, in your marriage,
Yes,
eh,
yes, yes,
finally there's a problem. So you guys are having a problem.
yeah,
Pastors will come and talk. The only
actually.
person that me will listen to or even
Mm.
hear is my mom and my dad.
But what if your mom and dad have a different opinion from that of your spouse?
This I'm saying, I won't listen to any of that. I won't even listen to my mom and my dad. I won't listen. At my age now, my mom
Yeah,
and my dad doesn't give me any. They don't give me any discussion. I make my decision. My pastor does not have any say in my life. He didn't. I don't. I just met him. Do you
yeah,
understand?
actually.
So at the end of the day, all we're trying. I'm not saying. Get my point. I'm not saying church blessing is not good. It's good. But all I'm saying is for you guys out there, because I was talking, why I made this video was I was talking to a young boy, and he was telling
Okay.
me that he's not married because he's saving for his white wedding. He's
Wow.
saving money. And I'm saying that is stupidity. Go and get married. White wedding or church blessing. Do you even need to do white wedding? Let me ask a question. Go to a church on a Saturday. If you want a blessing, pastor will bless you.
That's all.
That's what I'm saying. Do you understand my point now?
Yeah.
It should not stop you. You met somebody, you want to live with the person for the rest of your life. Why should a big wedding in a church, yeah, that half of the people that are coming, you don't know them? Why should it stop you from marrying. Okay, my husband is saying the blessing you get from your biological parents are more important and God honors. That's my own husband saying this now. Yeah, so
Yeah.
pounds. Do you understand? The
Yeah.
blessing you get from your own family is the one that God talks about.
Actually.
No other blessing. That is the one that your father and your mother kneeling down and blessing you. Do you get what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So my video is to advise people, yeah? If you want to get married, you really love this person, and you feel you guys are not going to have any problem, go and you do your traditional wedding, carry your wife, go inside your house. Whenever you guys get money on a Saturday, go to your pastor, give him his 10,000 naira and tell him to just bless you guys. Let him get his tithe and offering. And that is it. Give him his tithe and offering. Yeah, let him just bless you guys in your room. Then when you guys have enough money, you can now do the white wedding with the people that you want. Most of the people that come for your white wedding don't even like you. They don't even want you. They don't even want, they just come and eat rice and they go. Some of them
Yeah.
have their own poison and they will go. So why are we doing things for people who don't care? Take the money and go on honeymoon. Go and visit places. Have fun with your partner. Why do you kill yourself for people who don't care? I hope what a young person will listen to this video and get some sense.
Yeah.
Get some sense. If you are, look, I heard that Igbo people at 40 years, 50 years, they are not married. They are waiting for
Yeah.
they are waiting for
Gathering
money.
money.
They are waiting for money to do wedding. Waiting for money to do wedding. Is that not stupidity? Because
To the highest level.
you want to block the whole street. You want everybody to come. You want to chatter the whole place. It's stupidity. At the end, what happens? Okay, somebody say, I disagree with Peter's friend. Blessing in wedding is mostly from the family and not pastor's blessing. Thank you, Ahuba. That is what people are saying. They disagree with you. It is the family blessing that is important. Pastor, let me tell you, when I was doing my research, I was shocked at the reason why divorce came into being. Do you know that before you cannot divorce your wife for anything or divorce your husband? It was not allowed.
Yeah.
You know why it came into being? Because a king wanted to let go of his wife, but he did not know how to do it. He now decreed the church to establish divorce, and the Roman Catholic Church established divorce. And they now did a caveat. So all these things I'm saying is that we have been, sometimes we need to know the word for ourselves and research for ourselves and find out why are things the way they are. In some churches, you can't even marry without taking your husband to the pastor to go and bless. All right, thank you so much. I hope you learned one or two things.
Yes, ma, I do. Though the thing here is that we have individual differences though. There are some people that
Continue.
they believe church wedding is the best. Probably maybe their own thinking is that it's for them to organize a big party for some people to come and eat to celebrate their day, and other people also think it is just all about them going to church and them counting on the pastor. The pastor should just bless their wedding and that is all. So they don't need any party, nor anything, nor any other thing. Why some people think that them going to court probably maybe the blessings there will not be won't be as large as that of the church
Okay, let
wedding.
me tell that is what I called stupidity on rampage. There is no blessing. See, you will not make money until you start working hard.
Actually,
A pastor can pray for you from now till 20 years. If you are not a hardworking person, you will not make money. So when you like it, the only thing that God says, a man that findeth a wife findeth a good
one a
thing
good thing.
and
Yeah.
obtain favor
Yes.
from the Lord, not from a pastor.
Actually.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
It did not say it is when a pastor blesses your marriage that you obtain favor. No, it is a man that findeth a wife, findeth a good thing. And it did not say it is when, let's speak the word of God and not what they have told us. Let's know the word for ourselves. What is Peter saying at the background? Okay. Ahuba wants to say something.
No problem. Let me give him the phone.
Oh my God. This I know that this topic it will scatter some boys' head. So that was why I had to pick this so that you guys can learn. Ahuba, hello. Why is Ahuba not coming in?
Maybe his network is bad.
At least today that I can see his face. He's not talking. Ahuba, talk. Hello, Ahuba. Hello. We can see his face, but he's not talking. I think let's see for Cleopatra. Hello, Cleopatra. Do you have anything to say?
This talk is very bad.
Her network is very, very bad. We can't hear her. Okay, we can't hear Cleopatra. Ahuba is just showing us his picture, and all right, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna round up by saying this. Yeah. I'm not. Let me say it again. I'm not against church wedding. I'm not against it. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying that is not good. All I'm saying is we need to know how it came about. The Bible in not in any way say that you must go to the church to wait, and that is the one that God will bless. What the Bible says is that when you make a vow in the presence of people, you are married. Do you understand? And when you pay the dowry, that was the tradition. Oh, Ahuba has come in again. Hi, Ahuba. I want to round up so that it's almost like I want to say like only 1 hour, but I think he keeps coming and going. All right, let me just round up if Ahuba is not coming. All right, so we're not saying that church wedding is not good. There's nobody that says it's not. It's good. It's very good, but it should not stop you. If you don't have money for church wedding, please get married. Okay. If you don't have money for white dress, remember that white dress did not start from God. It is from Queen Victoria. She wanted to marry a prince and she decided to wear white. There is no way that in history that white wedding shows purity. No, it's blue that shows purity because that is the color of the Virgin Mary. So all these things that we've been told, all these things that we have been, drummed into, they are not real. Know the word for yourself. Do your own research. Learn for yourself and stop letting people tell you things that are not real. If you're ready to marry and you have the money and you can pay your dowry, please get married. But in all these things, if you are a woman and you are afraid of tomorrow, make sure that you have done your court wedding. Your court wedding is your only guarantee that when that man fuck up, when that man decides to fuck up, decide to start chasing girls, that you can take him to court and make sure that he shares that his money, that his property. Guys, are you guys hearing me?
Yes, yes.
Because Nigerian girls don't know this. What they do is that they'll just go and wed you guys and they do traditional marriage. And you guys can just chuck them out anytime or just tell them, go back to your mother's house and you just send them packing. But if they had done the court wedding, they will take you to court and you must pay their upkeeping for the children. And if you have a lot of money like property, that property belongs to both of you and you must divide that property into two. The only way they can get that thing done is if they have court wedding and they have done their wedding in court. But if they had just done only traditional wedding, they will not be able to get anything. Or let me bring in my Best. Best has been there for some time. Hello, Best. All right. Victor, before we go, what do you want to say? What is your final advice to anybody out there who wants to get married? What will you advise?
My final advice to anybody who intends to get married is to go for that is if you want to spend money or just do church wedding, it's cool. But if you ask me, I would say you should go for traditional and court wedding because why I choose court wedding is it saves money, it's less stressful, it provides security, just like you said that the court wedding protects both the man and woman, but especially the woman, because some Nigerian men can be very, very polygamous in nature. But the law states that if you practice bigamy, the punishment is 5 years imprisonment. So your partner needs to get a divorce before getting married to someone else. So this court wedding is also very fast and there are no dress code. So if you don't want to spend extravagantly, you're waiting for when you have 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. I would say you're just wasting your time. Left for me, if I am to choose, I would say I would that is I won't have anything to do with white wedding. I will only go for traditional that is recognized, that is the dowry payment, that is and also the court that is recognized by the law. So that is the advice I can give anyone there. Go for court wedding after traditional wedding because it is what? It is fast, it saves money, it is less stressful, it provides security, and there is no dress code for it. So that is just all I have to say. And thank you so much for having me. I so much appreciate.
All right. I don't know if Best, are you on? Hello, Best. Hello. All right. Thank you so much, Victor. Thank you so much for coming. I love, the way you analyze issue and the fact that you are well learned and the fact that you know a lot of things. I like having you on the show. Thank you so much. And I hope that people that have watched this show today will learn something. Remember, me and Victor or everybody on this panelist is not saying that church wedding is not good. All we're saying is that whether you have it or not, it is fine. As long as you have done your traditional marriage, you are officially married. All right, let me bring in Best. Best, I'm rounding up. I want you to just say the final thing before we go. Hello, Best. Hello? Hello, Best. Hello,
Yes.
Best. Yeah, can you say the final thing before we go? You're not we can't hear what you're saying.
I want to set it clear.
Best, where you are breaking, so we can't really hear you today. Your connection is not that good. Oh my God, I love hearing what you have to say about issues, but today your connection is not that good, and I don't know why. I hope he comes back before I go off. I mean, so many people are sending me private message. My phone has been ringing all this while I've been here, so I don't know what they are saying. I'll be talking to them later. All right, so if Best doesn't come up, I'm going to be signing up very soon. Now, thank you so much for everyone that supports our channel, for everyone that comes here to watch our video. what we try to do here is to enlighten people and to educate people. Now, don't think that we're not Christians. We are Christian. Most of us are born again. But at the end of the day, we need to know what the Word of God says and what is the truth. We cannot forever, shy away from the truth. Now, Bess happens to be a pastor, so he is also saying the same thing I'm saying. We're not saying that Christian marriage is not good, but what we're saying is don't let anybody make you feel guilty because you have not gone to the church for the blessing. Once you've done a traditional marriage, you are married in the sight of God. So don't let anybody make you feel guilty. All right. So that is what we're saying. And we're also saying that court marriage is more important if you want to get security in case of tomorrow, in case anything happened. Court marriage is very, very important. Don't let anybody tell you that court marriage is not. When the chips are down, when there is an issue, when that man starts telling you, I want to marry a second wife, he can send you packing without you doing anything, without you having any say. But when you have your court waiting and you have your documentation, if you take him to court, you can get something out of it. You can actually make sure that he pays for trying to divorce you, especially if he's at wrong, if he has gone to sleep with somebody, if he has been unfaithful to you, you can get something out of that marriage. But if you've not done it and you've only had a white wedding and a traditional wedding, it is hard. It is hard. Court wedding guarantees that you get something out of it. For anybody out there who is married, if you've not done your court wedding and things are not working, don't even look. Nowadays, girls don't even go into marriage without court wedding first. That one is the first one they will even ask for. So I don't even know why anybody will go into marriage without court wedding. If anybody tells you I want to marry you, first of all, do court wedding, then do traditional wedding. Okay, because court marriage is the one that the law, the constitution of the country actually, believes in. Right, somebody is coming in. Hello. Okay, a new person coming in. Let's see. Live show. Hiya, live show. Hello. Hiya, how are you?
I'm fine. Good evening.
Good evening. Hi. What do you want to say about our discussion?
I'm just coming in. I don't even know about the discussion.
Oh, sorry. We're actually about rounding up. We're talking about traditional marriage, white wedding, and court wedding. Which one is the best one? And basically, most of the panelists agreed that once you have done your traditional marriage, you are legally married. And we're also saying that if you are a young person out there, make sure that you have your court wedding done, because that is the only way that you are legally able to take the man to court in case he divorces you, and you can get something out. With what is happening in our country now, in Nigeria, people are getting divorced almost right, left, and center. If you're not, if you don't have that backing, you might just be thrown out anytime. But we're just rounding up now. But thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I think I'll choose the court wedding.
Okay, yeah, court wedding, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that will give you the right in case if the man's people, maybe the man is no more and his people are trying to prove something else, then you can take them to court. And with that one, I think the woman do benefit from that court wedding more than the men. I think so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, people should actually go. Like in the Western world where we live, court wedding is the one that they recognize. We don't even white wedding. Most of the white people don't do it. Once they've done their court wedding, they are married, and that is their own security. Thank you so much for your contribution. God bless you.
Bless you too.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna be ending this. We spent like 1 hour, and I promised myself we're not gonna be spending more than an hour on our live show. Thank you so much for joining us today. Huber says, But the question is, how many Nigerian men would do a court wedding knowing fully well the T and T attached to it? Wow. Now, that is a question. That means that Nigerian men are intentionally not doing court wedding because they intend to not. That's a good question. You know what? That is what I'm saying. The society that we are in. Which Ahuba, I mean, you just made some. I was about. Hi, Ahuba. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
So are you
Yeah,
saying
we're
that
having network
Nigerian
issues
men
here.
are you saying that Nigerian men are intentionally not doing court wedding? Please enlighten us.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. There are no terms and conditions. Definitely, none of them will like to go for that court wedding of 18 because we all know that's the nature of we know
Hey, Ninja.
we know ourselves. We know ourselves.
So you guys, I think the government
Honestly
needs.
speaking.
So you guys are intentionally not doing the court wedding because you know that if anything happens tomorrow, because you guys will fornicate, you guys will do infidelity, you guys will do something bad. You guys know
Definitely, definitely. Yes,
Oh
we
my,
know ourselves and we know what we're doing. So I strongly believe in.
wow. Somebody said,
Yeah, I
I hope I
strongly
don't
believe
you
in.
know. Somebody is attacking you. He says, Ahuba, don't generalize. Just talk about yourself. Don't talk about other people. The person sent it to me. He sent it to me on a private chat. He said, Packwell, please can this
Okay.
person send it on the public chat? You are sending it to me on a private chat. He's saying, maintain your lane. I wish I can show you what he's saying.
Okay.
Somebody is saying, Ahuba, you're talking about yourself, not about.
Please tell the person to be coming. Tell the person to be coming, please.
Wait. I want to bring in Victor. Hello, Victor. Victor.
Hello.
This discussion has gotten hot.
Ha.
So,
Ahuba. Abuba. I would say, speak for yourself. Don't say all Nigerian men. Um, because I am a Nigerian man, and by the grace of God, I am not like that, you know. So just day your day, maintain your day.
hey, hey.
I think everybody is just shying away from the truth. We all know the truth. Let's just see the truth.
So, yeah. So, you guys are intentionally not doing court wedding because you know the implication of the court wedding. Wow.
Of course.
Wow. Victor Bounce
I would
says,
say,
Abuha. Somebody else is saying, read this. Abuha, the TIC equally apply to both couple. What if your wife divorces you and she has more money? Ngwa, tell me. Ahuba, what if you marry this woman, she
Yeah,
becomes a
yeah.
billionaire? And she becomes a billionaire and she divorces you. You won't get anything now.
But I didn't get that question. I didn't get it right.
So somebody says, yeah, what if
Yeah,
you marry a
yeah.
woman and she becomes a billionaire tomorrow?
Okay,
Do you know that the court
okay.
wedding protects you that you can get her money?
My network, my network is breaking.
Eh?
My network is breaking. I can't hear.
Okay, let me see.
My network is breaking. I could barely hear you. Can you come again,
Okay,
please?
I'm writing it down and okay, I've written it down and I'm gonna show it, yeah. So
Okay.
I said, do you know that if you have a court wedding and your wife is rich, you can get her money?
Well, yes, of course, but I agree with that. Because I know Nigeria means, let's be sincere with ourselves. That is just the truth. I
Oh, there's
think
a lady here.
of
Let
course
me
we
bring her
enjoy
in.
them. They are just money.
Hi, live show. Hello.
The truth.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Somebody just said something now. A man just said that, yeah, that men don't like court wedding in Nigeria because they know that if they divorce the women, that the women will take them to court and they will get most, half of their property. That's why they are not doing court wedding. What do you think about this revelation from this man? I'm really dumbfounded that he said that.
Yes, I think that is what they are planning to do. I could believe when during my wedding time, my father-in-law, he insisted we are not going to register the wedding on the court, but with the help of the priest, everything was done. That the priest advised that in case if anything happened, that will be it will be on my favor. So most men they don't want to go into it because they know they don't want to lose anything once they are done with the marriage. But once
Jesus
you've been
Christ.
registered with it, at least it will favor the woman and her children.
So Nigerian men are they
Yes,
intentionally, oh my God, this is
yes, they're
really wicked.
intentionally doing it. They're intentionally doing it so that maybe they can punish the woman also.
But that is what I'm saying. But where is love? Where is trust? You are going into a marriage, you want to marry somebody, and you are thinking about that maybe tomorrow you will divorce her. So it's not marriage now, it's con. You are conning the woman.
Our
Eh?
Nigerian men, they are very fun. They are very corny now. They would think maybe you're after their money or so.
Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Oh my God. No, I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do a video tomorrow to advising women about why it's important for them to do a court wedding. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for, for what you just said now. Oh my God. This is mind blowing. All right. Oh my God. Um, Ahuba, Victor, hello. Hi, Victor. I'm gonna close this live show because I didn't want it to be this long, but what Ahiba told me shocked me that some Nigerian men are actually not doing court wedding because they intentionally know that if they do it, they will not be favored. And I'm shocked, I'm really shocked in my bone marrow. And I think at the end of the day, women in Nigeria, we can be mumu. You know what? When I say mumu, mumu, that's what we are. Because we are desperate to get married, we really want to get married. We are not thinking about tomorrow or protecting our family, or our future. So a man marries you in his mind. He knows that he's going to be chasing other women, and he's thinking, in case my wife decide to divorce me, I'm not going to do court wedding because she's going to get the money. That is wickedness, and that is why in this country, let me tell you, in the Western world, even if you are doing the wedding in the church, the church must go to the court. That's why, the way the Western world is, yeah, you cannot deceive the system. So if I'm going to wait in the UK now, like I live in the UK, if I'm going to do a white wedding, the pastor must first of all get my court wedding certificate. No pastor, I'm just telling you what happens in the Western world. No pastor can wed me without me, first of all, doing my court wedding. They must get that court certificate.
Okay.
Why is it that Nigerian society, Nigerian government have not passed that law? Because at the end of the day, they are all male chauvinists. They are all trying to victimize the women. Do you understand?
Yes.
If we say that we are standing up for the women, that we understand what the society is all about, what is it that telling all churches in Nigeria that
Okay.
before you wed anybody, before you do your church wedding, you must first of all get the court certificate? That's what happens in in the UK. That's what happens in America. But because of Nigerian men and their wickedness, you go and marry a woman, you love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, sweetie, sweetie, sweetie. You take a woman, you marry her, and in your mind, you are trying to wicked her, and you will not do court wedding because tomorrow she might leave you. Every woman needs to be rich. Every woman needs to have something to do. Every woman needs to actually know that that person you are married to, yeah, if he's not willing to do court wedding with you, that person does not love you. He will leave you tomorrow.
It's true.
Victor, what do you have to say about this?
Yeah.
Are we ready to go?
I don't have anything to say apart from what I said earlier. And I don't support. Yes, some might have ulterior motive why they don't want to wed in the court, but I am not in support of that. But we should not generalize. Saying I'm not going to court to marry because if something happens, that means the man don't really love the wife, because I believe love is everything. When you really love a woman, like somebody who you want to call your wife, and you claim to love that person, there won't be anything like there won't be if something happened. Love covers many things. So saying it just like that is on my own understanding. I believe that church wedding is more overrated, and there is a this level of like how am I going to put it? These feelings that people have, like if I don't do church wedding, what will people say? Like though they're like more interested in the opinions of others, like it's going to be a shame, blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, all those things are just arrant nonsense. So on my own, I am saying why people don't go for that is why most Nigerian men don't go for court wedding is because they are not enlightened. That is, they are not more enlightened, or that is, I would say, they don't know much about the court wedding itself. Because you can't tell me that the court wedding is protecting both parties. That is, if the woman wants to divorce and she had money, that is, she have money, they will they will have to the person. So it's not something that is just for a particular person. If it's just like the law is just for the woman, then you will say Nigerian men, African men may want to like shun it, but it's not what we think it is. So all I am saying is court wedding is good, but we should not generalize to say that African men's, Nigerian men's run away from it because of the outcome, because they believe that sometime tomorrow, sometime in few years' time,
Victor, Victor, Victor,
one
Victor,
thing may happen,
Victor.
and yes,
Hello, Victor. You know what?
I can hear you.
I get what Akuba is saying. And also I get what Live Show is saying, because she also admitted it's a personal experience, yeah. I also know that
Okay.
it is true. Most Nigerian men run away from court wedding. They will do church wedding because they know that at the end of the day, it's just paper. Yeah? When you go to court, maybe when you're asking for, what is you guys call now? There's something you guys call it for, like when a man divorced, you are looking for money for them to take care of your child. Do you understand? What is it called now? Best. I don't know what they call it. When you take your wife, your husband to, I think, a ministry that will ask the man to pay a little bit of welfare money. I think you guys call it welfare. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes,
The
yes.
welfare will ask you for your
welfare office.
welfare will ask you for your court wedding certificate. Do you understand? If you've just done only traditional wedding, they don't recognize it. So it's important that women know, that women understand that when you are doing love, love is tracking you in your head. You should also be smart. If this man really loves you, if he wants to keep you forever, he should do all the three. And when he's telling you, my pastor says, when the ships are down, the pastors are not there. The court wedding gives you guarantee. Traditional wedding makes your village people know that you are married. So if you go and do only church wedding and you did not do the other ones, in the sight of your family people, you are not married. In the sight of the state, you are not married, because if anything happens, you don't get anything. And also, the Nigerian society or the government need to make sure that they insist that before the white wedding, court wedding must follow. It's just a law. Once they pass the law, as is done in the Western world, everybody will obey. Do you understand, Victor?
Yes,
So it's
yes.
not about whether you believe in it or don't believe in it, but it is happening. I know you might be different, but some men are running away from doing court wedding because they are afraid that when they make that their million or billion, their wife, if they now go and sleep with their secretary, their wife can now take, I say, I don't want again, and their wife will share that property with them. It is a reality. Do you get my point? Yeah. So it's a reality. And thank God, if there's one thing that we have learned from this video today, if anybody will watch it in 20 years' time, on 10 years' time, is that please make sure that as the man is telling you, I want to marry you, yeah, also make sure that he's doing court wedding. And for you people that are young, Best and Peter and Ahuba, please, as you guys are going to marry, make sure that if you love your wife, give her guarantee, especially in Igbo land, like Abriba people, that when they don't find the man, they don't see the man, they will take all the property, they will take everything. If you have done court wedding, they don't have such rights. You are legally, by law, they can't take anything. If you have wicked family, maybe your brothers and sisters, they are wicked and they will just, take everything from your wife. Do the court wedding, and at least she has her security if you love her. All right, I'm going to end this discussion now. We already passed 1 hour, 30 minutes. Now, today's discussion is hot. I want to say thank you so much, live show. I don't know if you're in our group. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so happy seeing your face. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you there. Victor, thank you so much. You guys are regular. Best, thank you so much. Next week, we'll be talking about something else to educate people. Thank you. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.